Well, good afternoon. What's this popo doing? Standing in front of his vehicle. Oh, dealing with someone laying on the sidewalk. Okay. We are on Highway 16, the Yellowhead. Going west. All the way west. Prince Rupert. This is Burns Lake. Pretty narrow roads for a super beat. Interesting curves. Caught me off guard the first time I came through Burns Lake. Got to plan the corner well. I was thinking it was going to be a nice sunny day today, but seems every single time you head for the west coast, it rains this way. Almost like there's a rainforest this way. I should make it to Prince Rupert late tonight. It's 2 o'clock now. Probably take a lunch or take a supper break somewhere. So I'd say 9 o'clock or so. Get to Prince Rupert. Maybe I have enough time to untarp tonight. Even if it's raining, I can untarp because they're all wrapped in plastic. The tarp is just there to keep the plastic from tearing off. Driving this distance, the plastic would all be torn to shreds. Through Burns Lake on the highway here, always feels like Burns Lake has seen better days. It's not, the community is not quite kept up. Businesses are still open, but they're not kept nice and clean and crisp and new signage and stuff like that. I'm not sure what their economical history is, but I'm sure lumber mills have come and gone. Trying to see what I'm smelling. It's firewood, but I don't know my scents well enough to know what kind of firewood. There's a card lock there for propane, it looks like. Always looking out for card locks. haven't seen a single card lock that I have a card to between Prince George and Houston. And that's about 400 kilometers. So I fueled up in Prince George because it was going to be one of those. I think I have enough fuel to make it to Houston, but not guaranteed. And you never know what the weather's going to do. Because in Prince George, the weather was beautiful. Further I'm headed this way, the rainier the weather is getting. Unfortunately, I'll be driving through from Terrace to Prince Rupert in the dark. I'll be dark long before I get to Terrace. So, down new highways for the first time. In the dark. And probably cloudy and rainy as well, so I won't really get to see the mountains. But tomorrow morning when we're leaving, I'll be able to see it in the sunlight. Dispatch told me they have a load for me in Prince George, so that'll be about 9 hours of driving time empty tomorrow, and I don't think I'll get there early enough to load tomorrow unless they load late wherever I'm picking up. They didn't tell me where. I'm gonna find out tomorrow before I leave Prince Rupert anyway. If the weather's good, I'm going to explore Prince Rupert a bit. If the weather's like this, I'll just head to Prince George and see family. We'll decide in the morning. Been listening to audiobook, relaxing, quite a relaxing day. Definitely feeling better, so that's good. Talked to Jess, she doesn't sound like she's feeling better, unfortunately. Seen a couple more vehicles in the ditches, rolled over upside down. It's that time of year. It's +4 here during the day, but at night it freezes, so all of this is solid black ice at night. So I'm very glad, unlike last week, I'm actually on BC time. Last week I was starting at 4 a.m. This week I'm starting at 7 a.m. So less black ice during the day than at night. And I got winter tires on now. Stopped yesterday, got winter tires put on in Kelowna. Done the retorque already too, so it's a hard speed limit to do out here. It's like there's nothing around. Why am I doing 60? I put cruise control on. Tend to speed more when I don't have cruise control on. Casinos drive according to feel. Oh, and I totally saw moose today. Running across the road into the forest. Unfortunately, way too far away to get any video of it, but they do exist. At least one of them near Burns Lake exists. Definitely a lot of trees up here. Also, when we were up here last week, a lot of these trees were beautiful orange, and now they're all naked. They got ready for winter. Ah, there's my 90. Prefer 100, but settle for 90. There's 100. Nice. To our US friends, 100 kilometers per hour is 63 miles per hour. 100 kilometers, 63 miles. Or is it 62 point something miles? But the truck is going into the shop again this weekend. 3 weekends in a row that I've been at home. The truck's been in the shop. First weekend of the month, they went in the shop to get it safety. They found a couple of problems with it. Had to order parts for it. And then the next weekend we were in Manitoba, so that didn't work out for them. This last weekend, they went and placed all the parts they ordered into the truck, and I've got that new problem with the heater fan not blowing warm air, so they ordered parts for that as well. And at least they put the safety sticker on there, so the truck is safetied now. It needs to be safetied before the end of the month. Just needs the heater core replaced, I guess, so we'll do that this weekend. And because last weekend I dropped my trailers off in West Kelowna, one of my glad hands is a little bit loose. They went and fixed that. Always one thing that's really handy about dropping your trailers in West Kelowna yard. Any kind of repairs needed, any tires replaced needed, they just do it there on the weekends. Every weekend, a local shop just brings their mechanic to our yard and they fix everything on the trailers. If you don't mention that anything needs to be replaced, they'll still check the trailers. They'll do a quick look over, and every now and then you go, oh, that wasn't quite needing to be replaced yet, but cool, they caught that. It was getting very close. I didn't want to bother emailing anyone yet because I had another week, maybe another 2 weeks in it. And then I was going to email someone, but never mind, they fixed it. I wish I could drop my trailers there more often. I'll drop my trailers to get there again this weekend. But just like last weekend, I'll be delivering from Prince George to Kelowna. No point in bringing the trailers all the way home to Penticton. Drop them off in West Kelowna, bobtail home. Save some fuel. Yeah, lots of trees up here. No shortage of trees. Jess likes it up here because it feels like Michigan. You've got all the trees, the rolling hills, got good snowfall. It definitely has a Michigan climate feel to it. As you get more west, like over here, there's a shoe on the road. Get further west this way, there's a lot more rain. But Prince George definitely has a Michigan feel to it. At least the part of Michigan that she's from. So tomorrow should be basically running empty the whole time we're driving, and if it's not daylight by the time I'm unloaded in the morning, I'm just going to park and wait till it's daylight, and I'll record leaving Prince Rupert. I'm not going quite all the way into Prince Rupert, but I'll be on the island. Can't remember what the island's name is, but I'll be on the island. It'd be great if I don't mind the rain, it'd just be great if the clouds lifted a little bit and I could see some of the mountains. Oh, there's an airport here. A paved airport. With no airplanes around. Maybe airplanes on this end. Is it Burns Lake Airport? Pretty far out of town to be Burns Lake Airport. Let's see if there's a road sign or a something that says airport. Here we go. This is where the hangars are. It says Airport Rehabilitation Project. It's the only big letters I could read. Some of those airplanes look like they've been sitting there for a few decades, haven't moved. So anyway, I think I'll leave it here, guys. Thanks for watching. Oh, I just want a huge thank you for you guys, out to you guys. You guys are amazing. I don't know where all you new subscribers are coming from. Let me know, because it's awesome. I don't know how you guys are finding my videos now, because all of a sudden a whole bunch of you guys are finding my videos. I got 30 new subscribers in 2 weeks, and that's definitely a new record for me, so really appreciate it. And even then, with all of you guys subscribing, people that watch my videos was at 15%. 15% of you guys are subscribed that watch my videos. But now that's dropped to 13%. I'm getting more subscribers, and yet less of you guys that are watching my videos are subscribed. So, I'll take it. And I love all the questions. I'm getting lots of comments now, lots of good questions. Every question's a good question. But lots of questions I would have never thought of. It's like, oh yeah, of course, that's how we do it. Like someone asked recently, why are you coming into trail from the north if you're coming from Spokane, Washington. The border crossing, how you come into the city doesn't make any sense at all. I'm confused. I couldn't come into trail using the border crossings in trail. There's actually one near Rosslyn and one in trail. I had to go to Christina Lake. Christina Lake? No, that's not right. Trail, I crossed at Madeline Falls. I came through at Madeline Falls. I'm not allowed to use the other crossings. Why? Each manufacturer, each shipper has to get a permit to get across a border, unless it's an international border like Blaine, Abbotsford, Osoyoos, or Eastport. You need a permit to cross. So if I pick up Tolko going down to the US, there's only certain borders that they have permits to cross. I must cross at those borders. So every now and then I have to do a detour of like an hour. So, a good example would be I sometimes pick up lumber in Creston. There's a border crossing in Creston to go south into the US, but I have to drive east all the way to Eastport and then go down to the US. And that adds a lot of time to the run. I get paid for that extra time. I get paid by the miles. The customer just has to pay for that extra mileage because the company that is transporting to the US doesn't have that permit in Creston. Apparently it takes a long time to get that permit. And if you're not going to be shipping to the US a lot, they don't bother getting those permits, so we have to take detours and cross at specific crossings. And that's why sometimes I take crossings that don't make sense if you look at the map. So keep asking weird questions like that I don't even think about. I learned those the hard way. We had a new dispatcher working, and me and her learned the hard way. I'm like, hey, why can't I cross over here? It would save so much time, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, great idea. Get to the border, and I get denied because I'm at the wrong border. Flat tire, it looks like. Yep, flat tire. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you tomorrow, leaving Prince Rupert. Rain or shine. Figure I'd shoot a little bonus video. Maybe tack it onto the back of the other video. Hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of this rain. Quite enjoy it, but there's a lot of rain. I guess the West Coast here gets rain like this all the time. Apparently it rains most days of the year over here, so. It's starting to get dark out, so I think I'll shoot a quick video. It's only 5 p.m., but it gets darker earlier up here. Clouds are pretty high even with all this rain, so we can actually see the mountains better than we could last week when we came up here. We're not too terrace yet. We're still 45 kilometers, give or take, out of terrace. But with the clouds being higher, I can see more of the mountains, at least outlines of mountains in the backgrounds and stuff. So there are big mountains here. hidden in the rain. A little bit ago, just down the road, there's a lot of hydroplaning, a lot of water on the road, so chance of hydroplaning is pretty high. So some of those places you just gotta slow down a bit. But I was going full speed limit, and this pickup just zooms past me. Just seconds after he got past me, there go the red and blue lights. It's like, I wonder where he's gonna go. Watch the mirror. He hits his shoulder as the cop hits his shoulder as I get past him. I just slow down, four-way flashers. There's a U-turn behind me, and the pickup right away knew it was. He pulled over on the shoulder. I passed the pickup, and the cop pulled in behind the pickup. It's like, yeah, when the roads have this much water, especially at that location, there was a lot of sitting water on the road. He must have been going at least 10, 15 over the speed limit, so maybe you can get away with it when there's not pooling water on the road, but when the weather is not great, you're not going to get away with it as easily. That's why I just make it stress-free. I never speed. Not on purpose anyway. It's completely stress-free driving. If you're a stressed-out driver, drive the speed limit or lower. Weather's bad, slow down. Who cares if there's another guy on your bumper? That's his problem, not yours. You drive within your means, your ability, your skill, and within the law, and your stress will go away. And don't worry about the guy on your bumper. Completely ignore them. They can pass you when there's an opportunity to pass. Having said that, the pickup did pass me in a safe place, just at a reasonably high rate of speed. But I mean, I had people pass me a lot faster than that, but excuse me. Yes, I still have a cold. Only loads I see coming eastbound out of here are wide load construction equipment. Just had a call from our, well, not the top boss, but the second guy. Is he CEO? Is he the president? I don't know. I never pay attention to titles. Either way, one of the top bosses gave me a call today. Wanted to know my opinion about trying some new things on the new truck they're ordering for me, including possible just things they're kind of throwing out there would be lane departure warnings and stuff like that, trying out some technology stuff, but also trying super singles. I haven't done a lot of research into super singles, but I've heard guys saying that super singles are more fuel economic. They have more grip on the roads, and also they don't blow out as often, because one of the main reasons for a blowout is a driver that doesn't check their PSIs on their tires. So if I have the two dualies side by side, one is 10 psi higher than the one next to it, one tire will get a lot warmer than the other, and doing that for 13 hours straight overheats the tire and it blows it out. With a super single, you don't have that neighbor next to it. That'll be a different pressure. So even if the tire pressure is a little bit lower, the chances of a blowout are a lot lower. Now, having said that, if you do have a blowout, you're on the rim right away. you stop there and then. Well, I guess I do the same thing if I have a blowout on a single tire. The only difference would be if I have a slow leak, I would drive it to the nearest shop. Super single, could you still drive it to the nearest shop? Probably not. Depends how big the leak is too. If it's a big leak, even with the dualies. So yeah, I guess there's not much of downside to the super singles. Other than if you do get a blowout, you'd be on the rim very quick. Apparently in Canada now, super singles are legal for full Canadian weight. I did not know that, so that's cool. I like experimenting, I like trying new things. Throw new technology at me, I will tell you, I'll use it. I think a lot of the problem is you throw new technology at drivers and they've made up their mind ahead of time. I hate this idea. I hate the idea of having this in my truck. I'm not going to use it. It's not how this works. So, if you hate this idea, prove me wrong why you hate this idea. It's like, sure, let's try this new technology. If it sucks, well, let's try it anyway. I think it's gonna suck. Let's try it anyway. If it sucks, I'll let you know if it sucks. If it doesn't suck and I was wrong, hey, we just learned something. And if it's something that doesn't work out, then we'll change it back to the old way. But you have to give it a real chance. You have to give it a open-minded, going, okay, I'm not too thrilled about this, but I'm going to give it all I have and try to make this work. And then come up with real reasons why this doesn't work out better, or why this does work out better. Hopefully they put in dash cams too. I hear that Sutco is experimenting with dash cams. That's a good idea. I run my own personal dash cam because of that reason. It's getting windy out here. If the weather's like this tomorrow morning, I'm not going to do any exploring of Prince Rupert tomorrow morning. I'm just going to jump in the truck and drive back to Prince George. I also went and nominated Sutco for the Top Fleet Award for the best company to work for, because I really feel they deserve to be nominated. I'm quite happy with Sutco. In fact, if anybody ever wants to ask questions about Sutco, personal questions about how much money I make and things like that, contact me, email me. If you're legitimately interested in working for Sutco or another trucking company, you can ask me any questions, things I like about my job, things I dislike about my job. I'll give you some general numbers on how much money I make. Having said that, I am one of the guys that runs a lot of hours, so I get paid a little more than the average driver, but I'm not the top driver. Sometimes I am, but I often am not the top driver. But I'm in the top 10% as far as wages in the highway division. If you want to make more money, join the chip division. There's pros and cons to the chip division, highway division. Lots to talk about, so feel free to ask me any questions, even in the comments down below. And if you ever do apply for Setco, make sure you throw in my name as a reference. You're more than welcome to do so. I would appreciate if you sent me a message and told me that you gave me as a reference. That would be cool of you to do. It would be nice not to be surprised by that. But if you want to give a reference, let them know that you know me from the YouTube channel. Give me as a reference. If that helps you get into the company, great. And yeah, ask me lots of questions. And I'm quite enjoying this storm. I would like to answer questions, but I don't have the questions yet, so I think that's the key. You guys are asking so many questions, and I have a little more to talk about, so keep asking those questions and ask me the question you go, this is a stupid question, but why does he do it this way? And sometimes I might not have a good answer for it. Other times I might have an answer. This is why I do it this way. And very often my way is not the right way. It's just my personal style, my personal way of doing things. There's many ways of doing a job right. We're about 25 kilometers away from Terrace now. I just figured I'd shoot a little bonus video of this weather. I've been driving since Burns Lake. I'm guessing all the way to the beach is going to be rain like this. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed. And lots of questions. I like questions. Questions make me happy. The truck in front of me is trying to stay out of the water, trying to keep from hydroplaning. He went into the center of the road. I'm going right onto the shoulder when possible, but stay out of those water pools that may cause hydroplaning. Having said that, I'm loaded. He's not. He would hydroplane a lot easier than I would. Sorry, getting distracted. Yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good day.